I think this is a good job because I'm dealing with clients, stakeholders, and also with the team which development is ongoing. Actually, just a minute, I would like to know how much projects a PC will be handling in this company.
Hi, I'm Zamil. I'm the CEO of Dialect. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് ഒരു പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജറാണ്. ഒരു പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കമ്പനിയും ഡെവലപ്പേഴ്സ് തമ്മിലൊരു ബ്രിഡ്ജാണ്. സോ ദേ പ്ലേ എ വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് റോൾ ഇൻ ദ കമ്പനി. ഒരു ടിപ്പിക്കൽ പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജറിന് വേണ്ട ക്വാളിറ്റീസ്, വൺ ഇസ് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ കപ്പാസിറ്റി. ഡെപ്തിൽ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റണം ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ദ ക്ലയൻറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ദ ഡെവലപ്പേഴ്സ്. സെക്കൻഡ് ഇസ് വെരി ഗുഡ് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ഓഫ് എനി പ്രൊജക്റ്റ്. ഒരു പ്രൊജക്റ്റ് എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത് വളരെ വൃത്തിയിൽ നന്നായിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനുള്ള കപ്പാസിറ്റി വേണം. ആൻഡ് തേർഡ് ഇസ് previous history of delivering complex projects. മുമ്പ് ഇതുപോലത്തെ കോംപ്ലക്സ് പ്രൊജക്ട്സ് ഡെലിവർ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതൊരു ഭയങ്കര അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് ആണ് അവർക്കത്. സോ ലെറ്റ്സ് ഗെറ്റ് ഇൻ ടു ഇറ്റ്. Hi Leah, Zamil here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So we're basically doing a mock interview for Dialect. We are interviewing a project manager to see what questions we typically ask in an interview, and for someone who watches the video, for them to understand what they should expect in an interview, right?
Yeah.
How they should handle the interview.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we're doing. So first question, could you tell me about you, what you've done so far, give a background about you?
Yeah, sure. Hi, first of all. Okay, my name is Leah. I'm working as a project coordinator in a company called Dialect right now. I have an experience of 2.5 years in project management, and before that I was working with a financial company called Byju's. And before that I worked as sales executive also. So right now why I'm in this field is because I love to be in this, want to be in this IT background first of all, and then I think this is a good job because I'm dealing with clients, stakeholders, and also with the team which development is ongoing. So I would like to do this communication and everything. I am not into this technical background actually, so I believe this is the right job, and I am getting so much opportunities in different fields also.
So because you're not in the technical industry or the background, are you facing any difficulty because of that?
Actually, initially there were some issues, difficulties, but I asked help from my colleagues, my managers, and they were all helping me. And I was also doing some research background, everything. And now, right now, I'm not much facing any issues. It's okay.
Okay. Can you just walk me through the typical project management process that you follow in the company?
Sure. So first of all, when we get a project, like business analyst or salesperson will be sharing all the details with me, the scope of the project, what exactly the project is, and I'll be going through it first of all, checking all the features and everything, the tech stack and everything, and then we'll be having an internal kickoff meeting with the salesperson, business analyst, and if possible, developers assigned or everything, and then I'll be having a meeting with the client stakeholder for clearing all the doubts I will be having, and then we will be creating a project plan, a milestone plan, and first we will be working on the wireframe section. So
Can you just tell what the wireframe is in a simple term for
it's
people?
actually a representation of what we are building. If it's a mobile app, it will be like a wireframe, like what to say, like a picture representation of the.
So is this wireframe done by you, or is there a separate team who do this?
Usually designers can work on it, or else PC can also work on that. I am doing it in Figma right now, and we are using some other tools also like Visily, something else also using.
Okay, so you're saying about wireframes. So after wireframing, what do you do after that?
We will be sharing with the client for approval, and then if they will be of course saying some suggestions, the changes will be there. Once it is done, once it is done and freezed, we will be moving to the UI design section. We will be adding design elements and everything, and also once it is also done, we will be sharing with the client for approval, and once the design is completely fixed and freezed, we will be starting the development.
Okay.
Where the developers will come to the action, and we will be start working.
So during this development, do you use any tools for development, or? So for example, for
tracking,
for project management.
Usually we use Jira, which is a good tool actually for all the tasks split up and everything. Like we will be using Jira. I'll be splitting the task, front end and back end task in user stories or tasks, and I'll be tracking the work progress in Jira. I have used other tools also, like ClickUp I have used, and Basecamp, something like that I have used in previous offices.
Do you find any advantage of Jira compared to Basecamp or ClickUp that you use?
Yeah, Jira is actually easy to use, and there are so many features compared to other tools. Right now, till now, I think Jira is the best tool for project management.
Okay, so during this development phase, how often do you generally communicate with the client?
It depends. Some clients needs a daily communication, at least some message in WhatsApp group or some Slack. We are using different tools for communication. Like they'll be using phone calls with either emails or WhatsApp group or Slack group. So much things are there. Otherwise, some clients need weekly meetings, like just a weekly sync up meet to know how the project is progressing and all. Otherwise, there are different cases are there where maybe in 2 weeks or 1 week or twice in a week, just like that.
So, can you tell me about the typical two project management methodology, agile versus waterfall, the pros and cons of it?
Yeah, if in my first office, we were using waterfall method. So we will be planning all the project and we'll be starting development from starting to ending. And at the ending, we'll be taking the build or whatever the output and then testing everything and then sharing with the client. So in that case, like changes in between is not possible. It is starting from starting to ending. There is no change.
The scope is frozen from the beginning itself.
Yes, if we are using agile, we will be splitting it into sprints. So the sprints may be 2 weeks, 4 weeks. It depends. Usually 2 weeks. So in each sprint, we will be having a sprint planning, and once it is done, the product outcome, the deliverable will be there after each sprint, and we will be reviewing it, testing it, and based on that, we will be making necessary changes on it. Like if we can add CRs like change requests easily in agile methodology, and I think that is the best method for properly tracking and delivering the project without much delay. And
right. So typically, once the development is done, what are the checklists that you follow before release?
Like checklist means like what kind
so what measures do you to make sure that the product is stable, or let's say security enhancements or security issues, vulnerabilities?
Developers will be using different tools for checking the crash in the app and some code error, anything that they will be checking. Some tools are there like Crash Analytics, Sentry, something other. And also I'll be our QA team will be checking all the apps completely, and then we will be sharing with the client.
Okay. Typically, how many projects have you managed at one point?
At a time?
Yeah.
Actually, in my present office, I have managed, right now I have 7 to 8 projects with me, which is actually work is ongoing. And yeah, it's all.
Is that number too high, or is number that you are able to manage?
Right now, I'm able to manage everything. Yeah, it's going well. We need a proper planning actually.
Among the projects that you manage, 7 to 8 projects that you manage in the current company, which is the most complex project that you would have managed?
Yeah, there are a few. I'll talk about one which is called Brainstorm. It is happening in 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is almost end right now and we'll be starting.
You can just explain to me phase 1 in a very simple term, as if I'm talking to a 15-year-old, that's it.
Yeah, okay. So it's a video monetization app, and in that actually there are multiple user levels. So one, there will be a super admin will be there, and below that there will be a customer person. So I'll just talk it as an example. So super admin, let's say there's a super admin for Brainstorm. They will be providing storage or bandwidth for the next level of person, customers. So the customers who are purchasing bandwidth or storage from this person will be having their own website in which it's an e-commerce type of website. They'll be having their own products will be handled there, and the end user will be purchasing it from their website. So it's multiple level is there, which is a bit complex, I believe. And in the same project, phase 2 is happening, which is an OTT platform. Same, like multiple levels are there in that also.
Right. And what is the total team size who worked on this?
Right now, the project is on ending, so we have reduced the number of resources in the project.
But overall, how many people would have worked on this?
Around 10 people actually, including designing, development, testing.
And what is the total time taken for this project?
2 to 3 months, because it has so many user cases, so that's why 2 to 3 months.
Right, okay. As a PM, according to you, what are the top qualities that you require as a PM?
Sorry?
What are the top qualities that people require as a PM?
Yeah, first of all, they would like to have a proper communication is necessary, and they would have proper planning is needed, because there will be so many risk elements will be there and everything will be, so proper planning is required. And time management is a necessary one, I believe. Then yeah, risk management, if possible, that's also required, I believe.
Okay. Tell me the top 5 tools that you use in your company to manage projects.
Like for project management and tracking, we are using Jira, first one, and ClickUp is also used. For wireframing, we are using Figma, and then for what to say, code related issues and crashes, we are using Firebase for crash analytics and OTP for everything.
Why would you want to join this company in case you join this company?
Actually, I have heard from my friends and previous colleagues actually about this company. Like, we are building so much, highly useful mobile apps. I personally used a few apps from my end, and I felt like I want to be a part of this so that I will be having a good career growth in my life. That's why.
Do you have any questions for us about what we do?
Yeah, I just went through a few projects, apps from your end, but I would like to know how much projects a PC will be handling in this company.
So typically we give around 4 to 5 projects.
4 to 5 projects, which is manageable. Yeah, okay. And which are the technologies, like tech stacks, we are using this company?
It depends on the project. They're mostly project specific.
Okay. That's all.
Right. So now that the interview is over, we'll go through the pros and cons. എന്തൊക്കെ നന്നായി ചെയ്തു ലിയ, എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് അവിടെ issues that I realized while doing the interview എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. So we'll talk about the good things that she has done. One is her language seems good. Any questions that I asked, Leah was able to complete the whole thing in proper sentences. She has a good grip of the language. Second is, we asked about the project management methodology. She was able to explain in detail. La project management step by step, she explained in detail. Whenever I asked doubts also, Leah the answer edu. That shows that she has already walked through or done multiple projects. The third point is she is coming from a non-technical background. So non-technical background, there are a lot of challenges people face. She's able to deliver projects. She's also shown a good amount of passion for project management, which is also a great sign when you see people look at it. Also, last point I would say is she has gone through multiple tools, wireframing, UI design, project management, multiple tools familiar on, which is also a great sign for a PM. Now we'll talk about what Leah could have improved on. One is the intro. Any interview we attend, first question people ask is the intro. That's the most standard question for 99% interviews. Ideally, you should have a very good intro, by-hearted, scripted. You know what you should be presenting on, what you are selling to. One company hiring, they are looking for you to add value into the company. Our value should be communicated in the first 5 minutes. And the first impression is the best impression. Intro should have been better for Leah. Whenever you are doing an intro, know exactly what your pros are, know exactly what your skills are, what exactly are you giving to the company. That's number familiar. Second issue I found in the interview was that she did not explain the project to me really well. I asked her to explain the project to me. It was a complex project, but she should have explained better. It also shows that maybe she was a little nervous. She knows the project. She could have explained it much better way, and also using simpler languages. Whenever you are talking to people in the HR, they may not be familiar with the technical language. So as simple as talking to a 15-year-old, you should be able to explain the projects to them. The third point I found was she did not ask many questions about the company. You should do a good research about what company you are applying to. Other questions. Ask about the culture, how they work in the company, hybrid or remote, is the company open to flexible timings? That shows that you are researching about the company, their work culture, and is the culture aligned to you? It's important that you ask more and more questions about the company. So we're doing multiple interviews with multiple questions. If you want to learn more about interviews and how to crack interviews, please follow the company YouTube page.